can tell.
Yeah.
Let's see the demeanor of Luger.
As the Macho Man comes out.
Because you know Luger's in the back watching.
Total package, Lex Luger. Watch what I do to Sting. You don't want none of this. Trust me. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, Luger's pacing in front of that TV set right now, that monitor. You know that.
Don't threaten Michael Buffer.
Better people than you have.
The Macho Man is here, and now, as we said, Sting, you never know where he's going to come from. You see that sign about for life?
From Huntington Beach, California, weighing 252 pounds, wearing black, he is without a doubt professional wrestling's most enigmatic man of mystery, who recognizes no authority in the world. He is the sport's lone soldier who marches to a different drummer, who plays by his own rules. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sting.
They're all looking up to the sky.
Now the spotlights are, as you can see, the top of the Alamo Dome, looking for him as well. In a few moments, hopefully, Sting will make his appearance. This is one of the psych-out parts of his match as well. Where is he going to come from? The lights slowly dim here at the Alamo Dome.
See, he's playing a little madness with Savage, too.
Yes, he is. Some fans find him high up above the ring in this massive structure that is the Alamo Dome.
This thing's got to be 40 stories high.
There he is.
Ho, ho.
Listen to the roar of the crowd.
No man in sports makes an entrance like this man.
And the entrance gets more impressive each and every week.
Slowly descending from the roof of the Alamo Dome, Sting. And fans, this is not your typical drop. There's a long, long way up there.
And he wants Savage to take a long, long look. Because remember last time he came from the ceiling, he drop-kicked Savage in the back of the head as Savage stood on that turnbuckle. So he wants Savage to remember, here I come again.
The lower he gets, the louder the crowd cheers.
And they haven't stopped.
And screams for Sting.
And he's just engulfed by the WCW faithful here in San Antonio.
Sting, for the second time, and only the second time, in almost 2 years in this program, will wrestle in our feature bout.
And I know you can't see it from the television set, but I can see it here live. Savage is pacing like a cat, back and forth. Now he's climbed to the top rope, and he's watching this entrance of Sting. Savage is wound real tight, like a cheap watch.
WCW security leading the man through. He comes through with determination. I talked about the intensity he showed a week ago when he came into the ring with that Stinger Splash and the Macho Man Randy Savage, who was left in the clutches of the Stinger Splash. Hollywood Hogan made it abundantly clear that the Macho Man was out on his own here tonight.
I mean, just think what we used to see. A man with a Bart Simpson hairdo and paint on his face. Look at the change in this man. Look at the change in this man. And that's all because of Hogan and the NWO. Wow, what a turnaround.
Here we go. The lights come up and the fight goes down. Hit the wrong man.
Good move.
Savage has had enough.
He's almost dared him to follow him on the outside.
Sure. That's where Savage wants to get you out on the floor.
And Sting's going to oblige. Here we go again.
Oh!
They're coming alive here again. Listen to them.
Sting and Savage in our feature bout on Nitro. And it's every bit the war we thought it would be.
And remember, Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, said that the NWO told Savage he's on his own. He's flying solo against Sting.
All he's got for help in his corner is Elizabeth.
Sting blocked it, and he knocked him down with one punch.
Looks in great shape, Stinger.
Yes, he does.
And I thought he'd have ring rust, but he didn't.
Oh, no, I mean, that's been well documented. That's not the case.
Savage once again, he's up to something.
Shot out of the ring. No, it was Savage. Sting put the brakes on at the right time.
Great reversal by Sting that time, sending Savage shoulder first into the steel post.
In 20 days, Sting will have his most important match against Hollywood Hogan. There's a warning by Randy Anderson there. And a Stinger splash. Macho
What did he hit him with?
He got, I believe,
That was from Elizabeth.
That was
Elizabeth
from
passed him
Elizabeth.
something.
Sting with a Stinger splash went head first into it. Oh, boy.
Oh, what a switch in momentum this has turned out to be. Savage now in control. Dropped him. Throw it first across the steel.
He's untying the turnbuckle. There's just nothing under there but a steel bolt. Yeah, look at that.
Liz distracted the referee, enabling the man to unhook the turnbuckle pad, and Sting remains on the floor for that massive double axe handle.
Now, we knew Savage would go all out in this match. He'd reach down real deep to find something.
Head first. The Macho Man pounding away at Sting.
And don't forget, that steel bolt is still exposed on that turnbuckle.
Yes, it is. And I know Savage realizes that, and watch out now. Back in the ring they go. Savage has taken a lot of steam out of Sting in a short period of time. And it's all been centered on Elizabeth. What's he going to try to do here?
Pile drive him.
Pile drive him. Oh, my goodness. Head first.
Spiked him.
He didn't phase it. He's coming up.
He's behind you. You got company.
Sting fires back. In the corner. Stinger splash.
It's like it knocked the cameraman off the apron.
Again to the corner. Here he comes again. Oh, he moved. He hit the steel turnbuckle with his head.
Savage has removed that turnbuckle pad, and that steel bolt is sticking out there.
Oh, and it hit him right in the forehead.
And look how quickly Savage goes to the top rope.
Savage, big elbow.
He could have him here.
You're not kidding, he could.
He could have him right here.
Oh, my goodness, the biggest upset ever.
And how will this affect
One,
Uh-oh, Hogan's
two.
in.
Hogan has come in to stop the count. Hogan stopped the 3 count.
He pulled Savage off.
He's telling Savage, hey, I'm the one that's going to beat him, not you. And he
Here's
slaps him.
Luger.
Hogan's jealous of Savage. And Luger walked up behind Savage, and Hogan didn't even tell him about it. He's letting it happen. Hollywood Hogan jealous of Savage. He's not lifting a finger to help Savage. Scott Hall, you saw him. Conan. As Sting remains in the ring with Hollywood Hogan. I don't think Hogan wants to be in there with him. I know he doesn't. And Hogan's going to take a low road. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time. We'll see you Thursday on Thunder Live and next Monday live on Nitro from El Paso. Sting rules the ring.
This fight will still be going on Thursday.